Hari Om Swamiji, thank you for a lovely session. My question is a little broad. I mean, in the sense कि when you're talking about great contributions of women, it is beautiful, but our this thing that women are ill-treated in the society, or they are considered less in our Sanatan dharma, or even overall, is not, I think, related to the contribution, but related to the treatment meted out to them. I had missed your two sessions, great women from the epics and the Purans, and I also caught up on them. And thoughts of again माँ जानकी हमेशा आती है मेरे मन में. माँ जानकी तो माता द्रौपदी भी आती हैं. And even right now, while listening to Avudai Akkal, how she was being treated as a widow. So why is there ill treatment of women? Because कहीं ना कहीं इसका मतलब है ना that society does consider women as lesser. Our Sanatan dharma is not different from it. जैसे हम लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं, it is very good and we love our women. We don't love our women.
So we have to understand one thing very clearly. We equate dharma with the way it is practiced, then we are going to completely get misled. Please remember, there is a pure science, there is an applied science. What the Veda says, what the scriptures say, how the ideals are established, how they are lived is the responsibility of the followers of that dharma. For that, if you say dharma is bad, we cannot say Sanatan Dharma treats women badly. Sanatan Dharma does not treat women badly. Men who don't follow Sanatan Dharma properly treat women badly, and women who don't who don't follow Sanatan Dharma properly, they treat women badly. So it is both men and women who are responsible for the conditions of the exploitation of women. It is not only men. Point one. Point two, that we also have to understand this fact that because they are treated badly, it is not that women are bad. That is the perception of people. That perception has to be changed, and through many different lives of many great women, that perception does try to get changed. But at some point, when human being wants to operate out of ego, doesn't want to let go, then the human being doesn't change. And this you will see across the world happening. It's not about a justification, it's about the unfortunate way in which the gender equality is not practiced across the world through so many millennia. So it is true that the gender equality must come back, must be practiced, retaining the uniqueness of man and woman. It cannot be, today we are going another extreme. We are comparing on silly things.
Yeah.
So that also should not happen. The right balance has to come where the uniqueness of both of them is retained, as well as there is respect, equal respect, healthy respect for both of them. That is the vision of Sanatan Dharma also. Now, vision is something and actually manifesting in the action is something else. That doesn't mean vision is bad. We have to rise up to that vision. And time and again, different saints, different social reformers, different people come to give us that right vision, so that we can lift our thinking. It is we who are responsible, not the Shastra which is responsible for our state. Because we are not practicing, and this you will find in any field. In any field, whether it is art, literature, dance, music, science, the theory will say something which is sublime, but in practice there will be something else only. Like economic theories will say many things about economics and prosperity and this and that, but in practice there is so much corruption happening. Now can we say all those theories everything is wrong? No. We have to strive to live up to those ideals in every field, and so same thing applies here also. Because
So
you
like
go back to the source and see what it is. And our culture also is a very flexible culture, so wherever we feel that adaptations have to happen, so smritis are the literature which go on adapting the rules to the changing times, so that this exploitation or any kind of ill treatment, etc., that has to be rectified, and it gets rectified.
nahi, so for example, like, with Ma Draupadi, another of my very favorite mother, she I'm still aghast at the fact that she was literally shared and literally divided between 5 husbands. And the reasons that we get is कि नहीं, ये 5 इंद्र थे, वो पिछले जन्म में शची थी, अच्छा पिछले जन्म में उन्होंने 5 पतियों के लिए वरदान मांगा था, 5 बारी की 5 गुणों वाले पति दो. There are so many women, there are so many women mothers asking sarv gun sampann daughter-in-laws for their sons. From that perspective we look at it. They are not married. You don't ask for 5 daughter-in-laws for yourself. No, you will ask for one daughter-in-law having all those gun. Even she asked for one husband having those qualities, but that doesn't mean that in the next janam you divide her. And anything can be explained in the form of next janam and past life, isn't it? But actually, is it right that just because Mata Kunti's word of honor had to be upheld कि जो पांचों लाए हो बांट लो, बस माँ का सम्मान कम नहीं होना चाहिए, इसके लिए पत्नी का सम्मान आप कम कर दो, आप 5 में बांट दो. I mean, even the Ma Draupadi did not protest, पर इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं ना that she really liked whatever was happening. आपने उनको पहले भिक्षा बोल दिया, फिर आपने ये कह दिया कि 5 में बांट लो. मतलब क्यों किया मेरी मैया के साथ ऐसा? इतनी प्यारी सी माँ कृष्णा, क्यों किया उनके साथ ऐसे?
Go into the history properly.
Okay.
Please go into the history properly. Polyandry and polygamy are prevalent concepts of the ancient times.
Okay.
Polygamy was practiced much more, but polyandry was also practiced. And there is a tradition even in polyandry where the woman marries the brothers of the same family, all of them. It's not only the case of Draupadi. Go back into history and see what is the situation of that time. The epics time, Puranas time. See the situation at that time, and you will find that the society did have those constructs. And slowly the society has also, and it's not that monogamy was not there at that time. Monogamy was also there at that time. All the three were there. Monogamy was the most prevalent one. Then came the polygamy. Then came polyandry. Point 1. Point 2, we don't understand the power of the word. We never asked this question about Bhagwan Ram. But we'll ask about Draupadi. Why Kunti's word had to be kept? Then you can ask the same question, why Ram had to keep up the word of Dashrath Maharaj, just because Dashrath Maharaj said. The word has a value. You and I don't have the power of the word.
Promise. That is not word. That was a proper promise. पर यहाँ पे किसी के मुंह से गलती से कुछ निकल गया. पहली गलती आपने मैया को भिक्षा कह दिया.
Galti, kaun si galti? It is not a galti. That's what I am trying to tell you, that they consider the word of the mother not as a galti. That is the difference in our thinking and their thinking at that point in time. And Draupadi did not protest.
It's extreme.
No, please ask this question to yourself. Did Draupadi protest? You only said Draupadi did not protest. So she accepted, no? She accepted.
मेरी मैया सरल है, वो तो मान ही जाएंगी.
Now you want to just take her side and feel that she is a victim, then nobody can explain anything more. And you don't want to accept the past life also of hers.
I am partial, I know that.
No, and you are not ready to accept that she is not an ordinary woman. Was she born in a normal way? She is Yajna Seni. She is born through the Yajna directly. She has not had a childhood, please remember. So we are talking about a very different type of a person, a different type of an age. And we can go on criticizing. What is the outcome of it going to be? Think about that.
Thank you, Swami. One last, I will trouble you more. Bas ek last chota sa. This question actually comes to me and I don't know how to explain this and I want to clear this myself. See, often, in fact, family members sometimes ask me, relatives, कि जब सीता जी का वनवास हुआ था, तो समाज ने संदेह तो स्त्री पर ही किया था ना उस टाइम पे भी. राम जी पे तो किसी ने संदेह नहीं किया. कि राम जी ने वन में क्या किया। मतलब अगर 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 ये हम लोग वहां जानकी पे जस्ट बिकॉज वो रावण के द्वारा अपहरण की गई इसीलिए किया गया, तो फिर संदेह तो राम जी पर भी किया जाना चाहिए था ना। अगर जेंडर इक्वालिटी से पूरा पूरा जाओ तो हाउ शुड दिस बी एक्सप्लेन्ड। मुझे जानकी के साथ जो हुआ वो आप भी समझाते हैं कि प्रजा नीडेड अ मेथड ऑफ डूइंग अधर्म, बट द क्वेश्चन इज कि अधर्म तो फिर भी उन्होंने स्त्री को ही सहारा बनाया ना, पुरुष को तो नहीं बनाया। दैट वी पीपल समटाइम्स से, तो इसका क्या होना चाहिए।
सहारा लोगों ने बनाया ना, भगवान
हाँ,
राम ने तो नहीं बनाया, वो
प्रभु
लोगों
ने
ने।
नहीं बनाया।
हाँ, तो प्रभु ने तो बनाया नहीं, एक बात। दूसरी बात, 13 साल तक तो भगवान सीता जी के साथ थे।
हाँ,
उसके बाद जो 1 साल उन्होंने बिताया, वो तो भगवान ने ऐसे बिताया विरह में कि पीपल नो वेरी क्लियरली व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग टू हिम, एंड लक्ष्मण जी इज विथ हिम देयर। Secondly, the Sugriv, the monkeys, the bears, everybody is there. Everybody knows that Bhagwan has not had any other, you know, affair or anything else.
तो
Even
मेरी
when
माँ
they doubt,
जानकी
one
की तो
minute,
अकेली नहीं
let
है।
me speak, let me speak.
हाँ ठीक है, सॉरी।
Even when they doubt, they don't doubt the character of Sita ji. They doubt character of Ravan. That Ravan may have forced herself upon Sita ji. It is not that they doubt Sita ji's character. Sita ji's character was proved by herself
अग्नि परीक्षा,
when
हाँ।
the Agni Pariksha happened. Most important point to understand is simple. This has nothing to do with character of Bhagwan Ram or Bhagwan Mother Sita. It is a convenient excuse that the Praja wants to do licentious behavior. As simple as that.
Okay.
So they will use the example to behave licentiously, and because Sita ji was captured away and Bhagwan Ram is somebody who won her. See, please remember that also. If he had any other affair there, he would not have gone to Sita ji. That also proves. So my point is simple. It is not about doubting Sita ji or doubting Bhagwan Ram. It is about Praja wanting an excuse to behave in a licentious way, which Bhagwan Ram and Sita ji both did not want. So the impact of that decision was on both. We are very convenient in forgetting the Lord. Okay, I'm telling you very clearly that everybody goes on telling Sita ji, Sita ji, Sita ji, and all that. No doubt she went through difficulty. Bhagwan Ram ruled for 11,000 years. That same Praja, which has doubted her, which has made him separate from his wife. What about the pain that Bhagwan Ram went through? That nobody
No,
bothers.
that is okay. I love
Number
him
two,
also.
everybody points the fingers only at Ram. Ram did the wrong. Ram did the wrong. Ram did the wrong. Tell me one person says Sita ji did wrong by seeking the deer when Bhagwan Ram said no. If you want to point really fingers, then point fingers at everything. Don't take a completely biased opinion of so-called feminists and then say that this is a completely patriarchal society and this and that. I am not ready to accept that, because the fact is that she did not listen to Bhagwan Ram, she did not listen to Lakshman ji. Okay, and she doubted Lakshman ji. A person like Lakshman ji, she doubted, and she said, "You have evil eyes on me. Karma phala will catch up or not somewhere." So we should be very clear in our understanding.
Yes.
Both of them have paid a price for it, and Bhagwan Ram has to rule. Sita ji's life is still easier in that sense that she is with the children and she is bringing up the children. She's in a sattvic environment with Valmiki Rishi. Bhagwan Ram is in the kingdom, away from Sita ji, and doing the rule there, and he has to still be just. He cannot have partiality, or he cannot have pain, sorrow, he cannot have hatred against his praja. Ram Rajya he established, he lived there, ensuring that everybody's life is proper. So 11,000 years to live like that is not a joke. So consider this in the whole picture. Don't just pick on some few points and then get completely overwhelmed by that. If you see in a balanced way, Bhagwan Ram protected Sita ji or not by taking the entire decision on himself. You consider the other way. Suppose Bhagwan Ram had not sent Sita ji away, what would have happened? Think about that. Sita ji is pregnant that time, and Sita ji will have to continuously keep listening about gossip, people doing backbiting about her or about Ramji. Is it going to be good? It is not going to be good. So that is the point there, that if it was a win-win decision for Sita ji, actually speaking. All the blame Bhagwan took on himself. He took the pain of ruling the whole Praja. He sent Sita ji to a sattvic environment, and Sita ji did not have a conflict. Sita ji told Lakshman ji that what he has done is the right thing as a king, and tell him I am fully with him. Now you and I have all types of problems with that decision. Why did he send her away, and why did Praja doubt her? Praja did not doubt her for the sake of doubting her, because they have no valid reason to doubt, because Agni Pariksha has already been done. So where is the question of doubting Sita ji or even Bhagwan Ram? It is just a convenient excuse they want to do their licentious behavior. That's all they want. And the women of their house, they want to just, if they want to maybe control them, they are using that as an excuse, and then they can also become licentious. So they want to just use it as an excuse, and Bhagwan set a very high standard by saying that this cannot happen in this country. So we will, as a leader, we will take this decision that separation has to happen. So that's how it worked out in that sense. Kashi Kiran.
Swamiji, Hari Om. Can you hear me, Swamiji?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Actually, from the day one, this question is coming very similar to what she said about Ram and Sita ji. So I understood a lot. You explained it very well. The only thing what I'm thinking is, this thought comes to me that in school, all children in the Hindi books, it comes in the, Ram and Sita ji ka story comes in, Ramayana is the most common epic which comes in school. Mahabharata is not taught in school, but Ramayana is taught in most of the schools. So from young age, people know the story of Ram and Sita. So when Ram did not, when Ram allowed his people to gossip about Sita, whatever, it was a win-win situation. I understand all that, but he allowed her to be banished into the forest in Valmiki ji's ashram. So today, in the modern times, when a woman is molested, which we are hearing every day, sometimes even parents, even brothers, siblings, sisters, husbands, spouses don't accept those women, because they feel and they say that when Ram Bhagwan did not take his wife back because she was away from him in Lanka, then how can we in this age in Kalyug accept you? You know what I mean to say? This is, they put that as a pretext because they don't want to do the right thing. So I feel the women's, they would have more command, more respect in society had Ram Bhagwan taken Sita back. I mean, I can't get back history and I have nobody to do so. But I feel that, the women's empowerment would have been much better had Ram Bhagwan accepted Sita back. I mean, yeah, I know it's a win-win situation. As you said, she went into a sattvic thing and all. But I just feel that people, use this as an excuse to trot the women. You see now, some people do accept the women back. There are many families who don't accept the women who have been molested and raped and all those things because they use it as a pretext. So, am I wrong to think this? I don't know. What do you have to say, Swamiji?
So first and foremost, we have to think for ourselves. Okay. Point number one. Bhagwan Ram accepted Sita ji back. If he did not want Sita ji, he would not have gone to rescue her. Point one. If he did not want Sita ji, he would not have got her back to Ayodhya. Point two. So there is no question that Ram did not accept Sita. Point. So that is 2 points. He definitely accepted Sita back, and he had no doubts on Sita's purity at all, and it is very clearly written in Ramayana. Point three. is we want to quote the scripture for our convenience, which is ridiculous. If you follow everything of Ram, then learn to keep the word of the elders like Ram. Learn to live up to the truth like Ram. Don't conveniently quote that Ram did not accept Sita, so I will not accept a woman who has been raped. That is ridiculous. Taking just portions of it, as that also because of one's own convenience, one is using that. The scripture is not saying, Bhagwan did not tell Sita ki I will never take you back, you have been molested by Ravan, or I have doubts on your purity. None of that comes there. He to happily takes her back and they are crowned as a king and queen. So where is the question of them not being accepted? So if today people are not accepting the women who have been raped or molested, that is their stupidity. Actually, it is a stupidity. They need more protection at that time. And if the family abandons, that is because family is not thinking clearly. The family has some wrong notions. And it is not that the woman deserves to be abandoned because Ram abandoned. That is an absolutely baseless argument, because Bhagwan never did that. Why Bhagwan sent her to the forest is not because he had doubts on her, but the role changed. The role is now he is a king, and as a king, if he allows the queen to be there, then there is no possibility of a moral standard in the society. And as I said, Sita ji did not have a conflict. In this situation, when a woman is raped and she is abandoned by the family, it is not that the woman is very happy about it. So we have to understand the complete scenario. People can just quote anything to justify their stupidity. Then if we go by their perception, then they would say Ravan should not have kidnapped Sita at all. Why did Ravan kidnap Sita? Then they would say, why did Ram even listen to Bhagwan? Listen to Dashrath Maharaj. He should not have gone to the forest at all. If he had not gone to forest, this would have never happened. So never listen to the parents. I mean, people want to draw some stupid notions, no, to suit their convenience. They can always do that. We have to think very clearly ki what is the scripture telling, what is the main essence, from what standpoint are they telling, what are the ideas that you and I can apply. If actually that episode of Ramji and Sita ji is taken, then they should accept back unconditionally. Bhagwan Ram did not put any conditions on Sita ji. He accepted her back as it is. He did not have one conversation about Ravan with Sita ji. One conversation. Think about that. Who wants to even think about these aspects? We want to use our Ramayana and Mahabharata to pull ourselves down. That is the sad part, or not? They are meant to uplift us. Bhagwan Ram's avatar and Krishna Bhagwan's avatar happened. Their avatar happened for our uddhar, to uplift us. And today we have got completely warped in our thinking for whatever reasons. I'm not talking about you, I'm just talking in general, how people perceive that instead of these scriptures uplifting us, we go on finding fault with the scriptures and try to condemn them, criticize them, and this is not correct, that is not correct, this is horrible, that is horrible. Okay, then you establish better ideals. Let us see how the world lives. Remove completely Ramayana, Mahabharata, Veda, everything you remove, and look at the way the world lives. Look at the countries where none of this is happening. Our culture is not there. And in some of the countries, you look at the way the people are. The goal of life is not clear. So many issues are there with them. So we have to see in the completeness, in the holistic nature, and see what are the inspiring messages we can draw from these. And there is a lot that we can learn and improve our life through both these epics. So that is what I would say. That is an important part.
Hari Om Swamiji, actually, yes. So I wanted to make just a comment because in past, even I used to have those doubts which other colleagues were asking. But if we look at the overall picture, I mean, who is the man today who would go from Nasik to Sri Lanka without an army to get a lady? So we should even think of that. So people who make these comments, we should even look at that part. That what he did for her, and it's not that he got married again or something. So we
Correct.
should we should be dispassionate, and we should look at both as in individuals. And I have such high regards actually after,
Correct.
and even some of the points which Swamiji was making, I think we should come over this woman and man kind of a the roles, because that time Mother Sita and Ram were taking the role of a king and a queen. They were no longer a couple. So
Correct.
it was to be proved as a couple role, he played a best husband role. Who is a husband who will go all the way from Nasik, the place which is mentioned in the scriptures,
Yeah.
to Sri Lanka to get her. So I
Correct.
think that is one point which I wanted to make, that if we introspect on our own to get these answers, I think we would get it within ourselves actually.
Correct.
So I just wanted to make this comment. Being a woman, I think I initially used to have these comments, but it got completely changed actually.
Right.
And rather, I feel that how the way it is actually seen now.
Right.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Dr. Raksha.
Pranam Swamiji.
Haji, Hari Om.
I have written that long message. It was very simple. I agree with you. Whatever you say, we are supposed to have role models in life, and Rama and Krishna is the best role model. And all
Right.
this year, I give this argument only to other people also.
Right.
You are very right in everything. And
Right.
you know, whatever arguments you gave about Rama also, I go with it. But only one thing which I noticed in your that day lecture, you mentioned this categorically, that you know, when war was over, Ravana was dead, Sitaji was ordered to come as a queen, and then Lord Rama was angry, and then he said, "Go wherever you want to go as you please." That's not fair.
No, no. See, please understand. Bhagwan Ram, even in the talk I said, just understand the situation, the price that is paid for insisting. Any parent also would do it, any husband would do, even any other wife would do to the husband also. When Bhagwan told her twice that, you know, it is a demon, it is not a
Swamiji,
golden
इतना
deer.
तो माफ करना चाहिए कि नहीं? That time, you
नहीं,
know,
नहीं,
that
माफ तो
period was
करेंगे, but
explained as
anger
husband and
दिखाना है नहीं.
wife.
No, no, please
No.
understand. माफ तो
हाँ,
किया
हाँ,
ना.
but
माफ किए बिना तो जाते नहीं. जैसे उन्होंने पहले कहा, अगर माफ नहीं किया होता तो जाते ही नहीं ना उनको लेने.
no, no, लेने गए, इतना
इन्हें
मेहनत
गए,
किया, and
लेकिन वहां
finally
पर
brought
एंगर भी
her.
ना दिखाए. एक
No, no.
क्षण का एंगर भी नहीं दिखाना चाहिए. वो तो
But you know,
गलत ही
see,
बात.
then he is a role model.
No, no,
And you
this
know, when
role model does not mean
models are
anger does
Lord,
not come.
So,
Role model does not mean that anger should not be there. For an act which is done where how many people's lives are lost? Think about that.
in
Dispassionately
many
think
other ways
about that.
also,
What?
in many places also, in many wars, when it is a war. See, why the war was waged? No, only for Sitaji?
Of course,
Then
only
we
for
give this,
Sitaji.
no, we give this, this systematically we give that, you know, Ravana was supposed to be, Ravana was taken so many, but
See,
all our
don't-
Puranas, all our Mahabharata, and you
no,
know,
no, 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 no.
not
Don't
Mahabharata,
combine
but
all those actions. So if you are looking at the totality, then so there's no question of Bhagwan getting angry is not a problem. Now we are shifting
That's what I'm
perspective. When he is getting angry at Sita ji, that is the individual relationship of Lord Ram and Sita. There you don't bring suddenly the totality picture that Ravan was destined to be killed, and then you know that
No.
Manu and Shatrupa. Don't bring that picture.
No, I
Between
didn't
husband
want
and wife, when they had a clear conversation where husband is telling the wife that do not seek that deer. It is not a deer, it is a Rakshas. Twice. And then also told that don't go anywhere, Lakshman will protect you. And she doubts Lakshman also. And she makes Lakshman go. And this much of disobedience when is there, and the price for it that so many people have died. One moment of
people have
anger.
been liberated also.
No. See, that's why I'm saying if we want to justify it, then we can
No.
justify.
Huh.
But the point is when there is Bhagwan in a human avatar. Have you read Valmiki Ramayana?
Not full.
Okay, so my suggestion would be you please read
Yes,
Valmiki
yes,
Ramayana.
yeah, it
Because
is there in my
Yeah, no,
bucket
because
list.
why I'm saying is Valmiki Ramayana, Bhagwan is a human being. He
If
is not
Bhagwan
God.
is human being, then Sitaji is also human being then.
Yeah, so human being can have anger or not. Who said Sita
So
is not a
human being
human
can
being?
make mistake or not?
So who said no? That's why he went to take her and he brought her back also, crowned her
You
the
know,
queen.
I mean, it was real big thing. I mean, that time when she came out, at that time I mean, she could have been welcomed little better, and then would
Yeah,
I say
after
Sitaji
being
would
very
not have,
loving, after embracing her and accepting her, then fire her. Then I
no,
know.
not
Then
firing,
wait,
but
wait, wait, wait.
see, Sitaji
Then
was
what
not a
people would
person who
say,
will
you
not
know?
understand.
No,
Sitaji
then
will.
what people would say that his love was all superficial, that he could not express in the
Why
beginning.
should we put any words in Ram's mouth?
No,
Here we
I
are
am
not
telling
there
you,
to.
that's what we are doing right now. We are putting words in Ram's mouth saying he should not be angry. He should not be angry at all. You listen, you read Valmiki Ramayana. He is jealous
Yes,
of
I know.
Bharat and Kaikeyi. He is sad. He cries for Sita. None of those things
Yes.
we will ask
Yeah,
questions
discuss
about,
with.
because we will. Should a role model cry? Should a role model feel jealous? Should a role
I know
model
that.
feel sad?
I read
That
all
he
that
felt,
parts.
no? So he
Yeah.
felt all that. So anger is also one part. But why are we focusing only on anger? Are we not seeing the big picture? That in spite of anger at that moment, and he is fully justified in getting that anger. He accepted her back, he took her back, he made her a queen. He did not have any thought after that. One moment of anger which is fully justified, in which he can say, in day-to-day world, people say that or not, I have nothing to do with you, go, get lost. It's as simple as that. Did he actually tell her to get lost? If he had to tell her to get lost, he would not have gone all the way. Please understand that big picture. But there is also a sense of frustration, because how many people have paid the price for it? We have to see that in that big context, and also see to it that in spite of being angry, Bhagwan did not swerve from dharma. That is the point. In spite of being jealous of Bharat and suspecting Kaikeyi, he did not swerve from dharma. In spite of feeling sad and feeling that why should I suffer in the forest, he did not return with Bharat. The purpose of Ram Avatar is this, that in spite of all emotional turbulence, I will not swerve from dharma. Does not mean I will not have emotional turbulence. Then that has become more idealistic. Actually, when people say Ram's life is very idealistic, I can't follow, I don't agree with that at all. I can actually follow Ram's life, because I cannot follow Krishna's life. Krishna's life is very
Difficult.
idealistic. He is Bhagwan. He does all kinds of miracles. Ram's life is not idealistic. Ram is completely human. He goes through all human emotions, but he is rooted in dharma, and he does not allow his emotions to overwhelm him. That is a very important point, which is what he wanted to convey.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
he's getting angry.
So one small query with this is, then what was dharma of husband that time? Is a husband of dharma to get back the wife and then leave her? Is that
Where did he
husband's
leave?
dharma?
Are Baba, where did he leave? I am telling you, when you say to somebody in a relationship in anger, get lost, you don't actually tell them you get lost. You get upset with them. Do they actually get lost? No. Bhagwan said, go where you want. But Bhagwan didn't abandon her and tell her, ki, now I have done my duty, I am going by. He could have gone away immediately. No? Please see that context. He did not go away immediately. He could have said, okay, Sita, you want to enter the funeral pyre. Anyway, I've told you, do what you want. I don't care. I will just go. He didn't do any of that. No, he stayed there. He took Sita ji. He took her back in Pushpak Viman. So where is the question of he did not do his dharma as a husband? In my opinion, I would say that he got angry, and yes, he was justified in that anger, but he had accepted Sita ji. He had never rejected Sita ji. He never doubted Sita ji, and he has never had that thought that I am going to abandon Sita ji. That is not what his intention anyway was. Otherwise, he would never have gone. He could have happily abandoned. Saying,
I
Ravan
agree
has
with all
captured.
these things. Yes.
Oh yeah, no. So
Yeah,
this is
as
my
I mentioned
opinion.
in the beginning only, yes, in
Yeah.
the beginning only, I mentioned that I will go with this whole thing only. But this particular sentence, when I heard first time, that's why, and I try to clarify it. But thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Last question for today, Bharti ji.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
It is, I think that if we can take it later, because it's going to be long, because I have the similar kind of some explanations or whatever I've read, understood regarding the this what the dialogue and the discussion was going on. It is not regarding the anger, but the approach. So either we can talk today because it is already 8:35 beyond that, or we can talk later because it is.
No, I will send you a link of a talk. I have given this many times, the explanation of the whole episode of Sita ji going into the forest. You can listen to that. There, all the explanations are given in that. So your doubt also will be cleared. And our
No,
time
no, no,
also will
not
be
that
cleared.
only Sita ji going to the forest. Now, okay, let me tell you in few, I'll try to be very brief. That just now the dialogue was going, the discussion was going on that no, like he went there, Ramji went to bring her back, and he did this, he didn't do this. But one way it is said that Rama Avatar was to kill and give marks to Ravana. All the stories means we all know that this was the third life, and no, like after he was cursed and Kumbhakarna and Ravan. So then, no, like, isn't it that Sita was made a tool? Like that was the reason, okay, he had to go and fight. That is one thing. And second thing, she came back, he didn't have the doubt. But just now, as you were talking, in all others talk also, they know like because people will say this and that against her, and that was not accepted to Ramji. So he did, that's why he did. Then the same way, if he would have thought that, wait, okay, I am her husband, and I'm protecting her. Let people say anything, but I'm not going to give up my Patni Dharma. And the most important thing which I felt in Ramayana, I believe I accept all the arguments with Guruji, with Swamiji, with you, with Swarupananda, with everybody. But one thing which I always feel that Ramayana is, as you told, and we all know that, no, like it is a epic, it is a theory, like he was a human showing how to live the life, how to conduct your duties, what to do, what not to do, everything. It is said that Ram, in Gujarati we say, or Hindi mein, राम ने जो किया वो करने का प्रयत्न करो उनका जीवन का, पर कृष्ण ने किया वो तो हम कर ही नहीं सकते. So Ram was like a human being only. Then he had always put priority to any other dharmas than Patni Dharma or any other character of Raghuvansh we see, or even if Ravan. Now, one by one, if I say in only one sentence, Ramji went to the forest, took Sitaji along, but then, like, when things came out, oh, people will talk this, that, then Raja Dharma was preferred. Lakshmanji, he went to the forest. He did not even think that Urmila ka kya hoga. My duty, my dharma is my Lord. I understand that he was with Lord. Even yesterday, Guruji told in the morning talk that it was like this. Okay, we understand, we accept it. But always it feels that, no, like, what's about Patni Dharma for Lakshman also? Bharatji, when Mandovi told that, okay, you are staying out of Ayodhya, let me also come and stay with you. He told, no, you stay and look after mothers-in-law or do whatever your duties. So, then Ravan, Miss Mandodari told that don't do this. Yeah, this is not right. He didn't listen. He thought his ego, his pride, whatever. But always the priority was given to any other dharma than the Patni Dharma. It is Pitru Dharma, Matru Dharma, Bratru Dharma, Raja Dharma, Mitra Dharma, Shatru Dharma, anywhere which we follow, if we understand, that was the followed and that was the approach and theory and philosophy that was second or the last priority, but first was always the other dharmas, then the Patni Dharma. And that is why, because now Ramji was considered as human in our life, in Hindu culture, we always say that, okay, we follow that. So, but then no, like it is always understood that wife or the woman has got second class citizen type of treatment most of the places. I don't say everywhere. I'm very much clear. Things are changed. That time also it was different. There were these, that, but this Ramayana particularly, I feel that this is something which is.
Amma, you have to think more clearly. I always feel that unfortunately we are too biased and loaded against Bhagwan Ram.
No,
Patni
I don't
Dharma,
say Bhagwan
no,
Ram.
don't argue. Now don't argue. Now we don't have time for arguments. I will just answer to my satisfaction what I can, because we are way beyond our time. Patni Dharma is never given priority, is a most foolish notion ever. I'm not talking about your thought. I'm just saying what generally people talk about it. The entire Ramayana happened because Patni Dharma was followed. Dashrath Maharaj gave that boon and Bhagwan upheld it. Sita ji he took with her to the forest because that is Patni Dharma. Pati Dharma he followed. He went behind the deer. Pati Dharma he followed. He got her back to ashram from the Lanka back to Ayodhya. Pati Dharma he followed. The instances he kept 13 years. Sita ji very happy. Pati Dharma he followed. We don't want to see in completeness at all. We want to pick completely and say this has never happened, this has never happened. Lakshman ji is going as a sevak. Sumitra ji says you go as a sevak, you should not even sleep. It is not that Lakshman did not speak to Urmila and Lakshman did what he wanted to do and Urmila is never taken into consideration. A sevak's duty it is. And so Sevak will sacrifice. Seva means sacrifice. Seva does not come with comforts. That's the ideal that they want to establish. Urmila did not have a problem with that. Mandavi, Bharatji is living outside the kingdom. Now think about it. If Mandavi also comes there, who is there in the ashram to take, who is there in the palace to take care of the mother-in-laws there? Sita ji is not there. Urmila is sleeping because she has to make up for Lakshmanji. Mandavi and Shrutakirti, only those two are there. Now those two also, if they come back to serve Bharat and Shatrughna, then what happens? Please think in that context also. It is not that the Pati Dharma, the Stri Dharma is never considered and Pati Dharma is never considered. No. Who will suffer if Mandavi and Shrutakirti come to Bharat and Shatrughna? The three mothers will suffer. Again, it is mothers who are being taken care of. So we are not seeing it in complete picture, that where all Pati Dharma is being followed and where it is not being followed, it is being sacrificed for a higher purpose. There are so many such reasons we don't see in completeness. We need to think more carefully. Point one. Point two, if you say that Sita ji was used as a tool, everybody is used as a tool, not Sita ji alone. Every single person is a tool in the hands of Bhagwan. That is what scripture is saying, including Bhagwan himself. Why did Bhagwan have to take an avatar? Is he not a tool to provide moksha to Ravan? He can do by his thought alone, na? So we are just unnecessarily getting too caught up by this feministic ideas of women being not taken care of, and there is women exploitation that needs to be handled. There's no doubt about that. That should not happen, and there should be equality, but we should have a certain perspective. So many people talk anything, and I'm telling you how many people have even read the Valmiki Ramayana will be very few. They read all kinds of articles, they do their Google Guru research, they do WhatsApp University forwards and any such thing, and then they make their opinions and then they go on spreading that opinions to everybody. The facts are something else completely. If you analyze Ramayana in its completeness, you will find the amount of things that they have been doing for ensuring that the Stri is given the right Samman. That though nobody bothers only. Why are they not bothering about that? So that is something that we have to think about very carefully. Every single person is a tool here. There is nobody who is not an instrument. When Bhagwan says nimitta matram bhava savya sachin, Bhagwan himself is a nimitta or not when he takes an avatar. When he doesn't take an avatar, then rest of the people are the nimitta. He is working through all of them. So where is the question of only Sita ji being a tool? Then we can say Hanuman was also a tool, because Hanuman also had to fly all the way. Sugriv was also a tool. Everybody is a tool. Dashrath Maharaj also is a tool. Anyway, my point is simple. It is not only Sita ji. Everybody is a tool who is there to ensure that there is justice, there is dharma, each one gets their karma and the karma phala. It's a complete interplay of karma. So that is what we need to understand.